Hi, my name is Savannah. I am the aesthetics instructor here at the Raphaels and Alliance. We are going to be doing a makeup tutorial on our student Kayla today. So I'm going to start with her eyebrows. We're just going to go with her natural line here and just fill them in a little bit. Whenever I do makeup, personally, I always like to start with the eyes. The reason being, if we get any fallout or get a little bit messy, we can always clean it up later. I know that she doesn't typically fill her eyebrows in daily, so I'm not going to make them as thick or dramatic as maybe I would on myself, because we want to keep her taste in mind. So next, I'm going to use an eyelid primer. This is just going to give me a good base for her eye makeup. Priming the eyes prior to doing makeup gives us a smooth, even surface for a better application, and so that our colors show up and last longer. Now, this is a cream though, so if we don't set it with a powder, it's going to crease on her, so we're going to set that really quick too. Now for eyeshadow. So to start, I always pick a color very similar to her skin tone, but either with a warm tone or cool tone, depending on if we're doing a cool or warm eye. She wants to do a cool tone, so I'm going to pick something like a nude, but has a little bit of cool undertone to it. I'm just going to lightly apply that in her crease here with a big fluffy brush. And that will give us a good transition for any other colors that we're putting on her, so that we don't have abrupt lines. I'm going to define the crease a little bit with a darker shade. And I'm just alternating between this big fluffy brush and the smaller one so that I can blend it out a little bit better, so it's not going to be so chunky with the colors. So we're going to give you some gray for color. And I'm just going to pack this right onto the lid. I'm going to add a little bit darker on the outer corner just to smoke it a little bit. I'm going to do eyeliner. We are done with her eyes for the most part, so I'll go ahead and start her face. Anything underneath her lash line, if we're going to smoke that out a little bit, which I think we will, we're going to do that after we do the face. That way it doesn't get messed up. So I'm going to start by priming her skin. Priming the skin is super important because it allows your makeup to blend more easily, and it also preps the face for the makeup. It'll seal off her pores, not that you have large pores, and help even out your texture, which again, not that you have much texture. Kayla has pretty warm skin. It's very olivey, has yellow undertones, so we're gonna go with a warm, or like a honey. And we always blend all the way down the neck. A lot of times because we exfoliate our face is actually a lighter tone than the rest of our body. And then we'll have like a distinct line between face and neck. So we always blend down and make sure that we're matching to the neck and the rest of the body. Okay. And now I'm just going to use a little bit of concealer to highlight under her eyes, just a little bit. Because we put creams on her face, we don't want her face to get creases underneath of the eyes or around her mouth. And when you have just a cream base on the face, it can do that. And also, if her face were to get oily throughout the day, it's going to show more. So we're gonna wanna set everything that we do. I'm gonna just put a little bit of powder underneath her eye here, and that will help her under eye to set. If you let this set for a few minutes, it's also known as baking. And I'm gonna lightly powder the rest of your face too, just to set your foundation. We're not gonna add any coverage to it. So we're just gonna use a more translucent or sheer powder. Take anything extra off your face here. Don't want to contour her face harshly because I want it to be a little bit more natural in the face since we did a little bit more dramatic on the eye. So I'm just going to use a little bit of bronzer and bronze in the same area that you would contour, but because bronzer is more warm toned, it looks a little bit more just sun-kissy, natural. So we're gonna put just like a kiss of blush. It looks bright in the pan. Don't worry, it won't look like that on you. You're gonna highlight just to keep you glowy. I'm going to smoke out her lash line just a tiny bit. I'm going to use a smaller brush too to get a little bit more definition in there. Don't forget your lashes. I'm going to have you look down for me. You have pretty long lashes, so we don't even need to add falsies on you. Last but not least, we're gonna set your face, okay? And as far as your lips, you don't like color on your lips, right? So we're just going to do a nude gloss. All right. And here's our finished look.